Hello everyone, my name is Bill Bross and I'm a developer here at Veith Consulting. Today's video is going to cover how to use the Member Vehicle module. You'll see here we're at the main homepage for when you log in. To get to Member Vehicles from the admin side, you'll want to go to Member Management here at the top and then down to Member Vehicles right here. Clicking on this link will bring us to the main page that lists all the vehicles that you currently have in the system and who all of the owners are. You'll see here within this list we can search, we can reorder by columns, and we can view information. We can edit and delete different things about this. We can also add a new vehicle by clicking this button down here, and we can get some reports in a CSV spreadsheet extract by clicking on this link right here. And then down at the very bottom here, we can add and edit custom fields that we've created for people to enter with their vehicles. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first, because this is what you'd want to do when you're first setting up your system. So clicking on that link again is going to show you the current custom fields that we have set up, and up at the top here we can add new fields. So let's add a brand new field. For the field name, we just pick what we want to call it, and this is what's going to display to the user. So let's call this one sell date, so if you want to keep track of that. We can assign it a parent field, which means that this field will only display if they enter something into the parent field. But we don't want to do that here, so we can just leave it at none. But this can be done with any field type and as many times as you want, so you can have parent fields chained all the way down and have lots of dependent fields this way. Next, we want to pick the field type, and we have several options here. Text is going to be just a basic text box, kind of like this one, this first one up here. Text caption, this is if you want to break it up, you want to give them instructions. This won't have anything for them to fill out, but it will help you separate different parts of the form if you have a lot of questions. A checkbox, pretty self-explanatory, they can check it or uncheck it. Selection box is pretty much this thing we're looking at here with a drop-down with lots of options. A numeric is if you just want them to enter a number. Multi-line would be a larger text area, sort of like this description one here. This would be an example of a multi-line field. And then finally a date field, which is what we want to pick for this one. And this will have make it easy for them to select a date when you put this field in. Finally, we can make it required here if we want. And we can enter descriptions or instructions if we want to right here. And these will show up. So we'll just do, just so we can display how this will work. Okay, and then we'll save and continue here. And you'll see once we do that, this takes us back to the main listing of all the fields. If we want to reorder these in any way, all we have to do is just hold it and drag and drop. We can also nest fields underneath by dragging them this way. And so what I did here is I just made the previous owner into the parent field for sell date. So we don't want to do that, but it's as easy as doing that. And you can pull this one the same way and have them nested as far down as you want to. So again, we're going to break this up, so we don't want it like that. And then simple looking like that. And that will update as you go, so you don't have to worry about saving anything. As soon as you move them around, they're already saved for you. So that's good on the custom fields. Like I said, we can add as many or as few as we want. So we'll just leave it at these ones for now, and we'll go back to our vehicle list. Now, like I said, here we're looking at all the vehicles currently in the system, and then we can add a new one. So let's go ahead and add a new one and see how that's going to look from the admin side. First thing we got up here is the owner. So we're going to pick which member we want to tie this to. So we're going to tie this to my account. Authorized users. This one you can pick other members who the vehicle doesn't belong to them, but it will show up on their profile and they can see that they're an authorized user of a vehicle. So that's just an extra thing you could, so if you want to keep an owner and extra people attached to the vehicle. For the vehicle year, that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll just add that in. Vehicle make, you can enter the car manufacturer, the boat manufacturer, anything right here. So we'll say Ford. The model, you just enter what you want to call it. So we'll say Focus. Vehicle type, this can be really anything that you want. So it could be car, boat, or it could be more focused if you're just entering cars. It could be, sedan, coupe, whatever you want. So we'll call it coupe. The VIN number we can enter right here. So let's put a bunch of ones in. The license number. And then we've got a vehicle description, so they can enter in anything about the car right here. So let's just say that it's blue. The vehicle status, only the admins will be able to see this one. And you can make this this active, or you can delete it if you want to. When members enter their vehicles in, they're not going to see this one here. And then down here, you're going to see our custom fields that we entered. So the previous owners, the purchase date, and then the sell date, which is the one that we created. And then we can click this icon here, and we'll see the instructions show right there. And so we'll just enter NA right here, and then we'll just enter a date here so we have some information. And you'll see here they update. And actually, we made this one, just to show you here. This one is required. If we try to save it without filling that in, it'll give us an error that we must complete all the required fields, and then it's going to highlight which ones we did not fill out. And then as soon as we enter someone in there, it's going to remove that, and then we can save. So that would be an example of somebody entering in a vehicle. You can also edit them in the same way. So I can edit this one that I just created here. And you'll see here all the information we entered is still there, and we can do whatever we want with it. And then finally, you can go ahead and you can delete vehicles just by clicking this one here. And that would just remove it from the list. Finally, the last thing I want to show you on this page here on the admin side is the report section. So if you click this link right here, we're going to get that same information, but you'll see here that it's all just in one big table here, and with every single field listed out right here. And then we can also view an extract to CSV file. So we'll click that and save it. And we'll wait till this saves here. And what this will give you is a spreadsheet that you can open up in Excel that is going to have all the same information. So if you just wanted a spreadsheet of information here, you can get that out of the vehicle module at any time. And you can see here we've also got our custom fields all the way down at the end. So this pulls out everything that you've entered in there. I'll close that. Okay, so from the admin side, that's pretty much all there is to it. We do have some options within the global configuration on if you want to rename. So if you don't want to call it member vehicles, if you want to call it boats or cars or anything you want to call it, you can replace that as well. So there's an option to do that. We can also turn on categories as well, so you can have categories for vehicles. Now I want to show you how it's going to look from the member side. Or sorry, there's one more thing I want to show you on the admin side, and that's if you're looking at the member database. And I pulled up one of my fellow coworkers here because I know we have an entry for her. And we look at our member info icon here. This is going to show us a lot of information about the member. So we see their billing info, their cross-references, all sorts of things. But we do have a tab for vehicles at the very end. So if you click that here, you're going to see vehicles owned, and you can click these and drop them down. And vehicles authorized to use. So this is just going to show up in any custom fields, anything you've added on here is going to show up on this page as well. So that's just a quick way that you as an admin can get vehicle information about a member. And you also have a quick link to add a new vehicle for this member right on this page. All right, so going back to the list, that's everything you're going to see from an admin side. Now, members can also enter in vehicles, although we have an option where you can restrict this to admin entry only. But if you do have it open for members to enter, they can log in. They won't see this admin menu. They'll start down here. And then down under the tab for other info, they have a link here to add and update their member vehicles. So if I click this here, it's going to show me any vehicles I own. So you see one I've entered before, and then you also see the one that we just entered right here. And again, you can click these. You see all the custom fields on here as well. I should also say it's only going to show custom fields that they have entries in. So if you have a big chain of dependent questions, you're not going to have to worry about them having a big blank sections on here, because it's only going to look at things that they have actual entries for and display that to you. Anyway, so again, this is my view as the member, and then as the member, I can also add a new vehicle. And you'll see that doing it this way, well, I am logged in as an admin, so I see this, but normal members wouldn't see that. They would just be able to, or they would only be able to add active vehicles. And the members do also have the ability to edit and to delete vehicles that they've already entered into here. All right, that's pretty much it for the vehicle module. I hope that was helpful, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.